I don't have this Litecoin on my American account, and I pray every day that they put this in like a sort of shop that I can get it to S5. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. So I've made a severe and continuous lapse in judgment, and I did not expect that one of my videos would get outdated that fast. I probably should have had a bit of foresight when making a video about a limited time Litecoins, but here we are. So I'm gonna review all three of these Litecoins, and I'm gonna tell you if they're still gonna be worth it for your account, even if you don't have enough Hertabons to get everything just yet, and you thought, okay, maybe getting this Litecoin would actually be pretty good, then you might want to throw Hertabons at it. But if you don't actually need it, then I'm gonna tell you if you don't actually need these Litecoins, if you have better ones. Starting off, we're gonna start off I don't know, we should start the weakest actually. So the weakest one of these is Hey Over Here, which is a pretty generic healer Litecoin that gives you stats. Now the problem of this Litecoin is that it just gives you stats really, and the amount of stats it gives you is not high enough to justify itself, especially when you have 3-star Litecoins like Multiplication, which turns your characters into an SP printer, so just more utility. Or you have stuff like QPQ, if you're gonna be using someone like Gallagher, or even just any healer would be a lot more impactful if you know how to manage your energy correctly. So it's competing with a lot of utility Litecoins that are free-to-play accessible, so I would not be I would not be recommending this under any scenario. I feel like unless maybe if you got so unlucky you don't get a Multiplication S5 just yet, then I guess go pick it up. But even then, there's too many free-to-play abundance Litecoin options that are just so good. So second one is Tomorrow's Journey, which is gives you attack, ultimate damage, but only for the wearer, and it lasts pretty short. So if you have Robin on your free-to-play account, this is just the best Litecoin that she has, because Robin doesn't actually mind having a lot of stat boosts, and meshing cogs isn't that big for her. So just having a stat stick Litecoin that kind of gives her DPS-like qualities is pretty good enough too. Now in the future, this may get a lot more characters that it could work with, like maybe Sunday could be a DPS, and maybe he could use this if the game allows you to. So that's also cool. I think the proposition of a Harmony DPS is so obvious that it's gonna happen someday, so this Litecoin does have a future. It's pretty good. If you have a Robin and you don't have this Litecoin yet, sure, get it. But if you already have Robin's signature, then no way in hell. Yeah. Lastly, and the best one, and possibly the most overrated one, is Before the Tutorial Mission Starts. Now, this is the meshing cogs of Nihility Litecoins. It gives you energy if you're hitting an enemy with a Defense Shred debuff, and pretty much every character that you actually want that much energy for is still going to have a Defense Shred baked in their kit anyway, so it doesn't matter. This is just very good for, let's say, free-to-play Silver Wolves. This is absolutely her best Litecoin. For Pela, this is very good too, just so she could spam her ultimate. However, Nihility is a very competitive Litecoin branch, I guess. I don't know what to call it. They have a very good group of Litecoins in their path. If you already have one of those good Litecoins, let's say Resolution, you might also just want Resolution on Pela instead of this, if you could get away with it. Or if you have some weird speed energy tuning with Acheron, then you probably still want Before the Tutorial Mission Starts. But yeah, if you do have Resolution, then the value of this kind of goes down, because it's a bit more, you kind of have to calculate a bit more, and I don't think you're wanting to do that. Whereas if you do have Silver Wolf and you don't have her signature, then, pick this up. Yeah, this is pretty much has a future. Like, this is the obvious one that would get a future character that would work with someday. And I don't think they're going to be, closing up the idea of having more Defense Shred supports. And, that's pretty much the easiest design they could do for an Nihility unit. So definitely 100% sure that there's going to be future characters that will absolutely love this Litecoin. And the fact that they're releasing it now in a permanent way has me feeling like they will absolutely do that and balance their presence around this Litecoin. So, but yeah, this is definitely worth it to pick up. But again, if you do have the strong Litecoin option of Resolution, you might not want it. But still, it's nice to have on your back pocket. And this is pretty good for future characters too. I could definitely see it. But yeah, so that's my review of all three limited Litecoins. All three event Litecoins, I'm sorry. Do all the algorithm stuff. Send me your clown emojis for making that video again. I'm so sorry. I've committed misinformation for, I believe, the first time in my account. So yeah, do all the algorithm stuff. I'll see you later. Bye bye. I'm gonna be posting the wrap-up video. The thumbnail is gonna be insane.